Hello everyone, it's Ninja here, back with yet another video, and today we're going to be counting down my top 10 favorite LEGO themes of all time. But first, some honorable mentions. Alright, now let's get to number 10. My 10th favorite theme of all time is Pharaoh's Quest. Now, this theme came out right around the time that I started getting into LEGO, so it definitely does hold a bit of an element of nostalgia in that sense. But looking back, it is definitely a really awesome theme. It's a shame that they only did one wave of it because the few sets that they did put out were really great. I also associate this with some early brick films that I saw like half a decade ago or something. There was one by Al Nichols Films, I remember. I'm going to link that down in the description below. But I have great memories of this theme and just seeing it in stores and getting the Lego Club magazine and just looking at all like the cool images of all the new sets. That pyramid in particular is, well, I think everyone's favorite at this point. So yeah, it's definitely one that I think about quite a bit. It's a shame that I only have part of one set, that being the smallest one, the Scarab Attack. And I wish I did get some sets of the theme back when it was still in shelves, but oh well, at least I still have the memories. Now let's get on to number 9. My ninth favorite theme of all time is Speed Champions. It's a theme that I've recently gotten into, but that I cannot stop like freaking out over. It's just such a good theme. Yeah, even in my first years as a Lego fan, I've always loved Lego cars. I think they're just something that's really neat and that I've always liked to have in my collection. I remember my first Lego cars were like these four wide models from Lego City, from like the camper van set and such, and I used to play with those all the time. But Speed Champions just takes that to another level by adding some absolutely incredible detail, and for a pretty good price too. Right now they're like 30 for each car, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me for the amount of stuff that you're getting. The detail, the shaping, everything is just incredible, and I wish that I'd gotten more Speed Champion sets in the past because they did have some really cool ones, but fortunately the theme is still ongoing, so I'll be able to pick up some more in the near future. Number 8 on the list is Lego Castle. Now, this is kind of a cheat entry because, well, according to Brickset, all of the castle themes, such as kingdoms, ninja, etc., are all sub-themes of one big castle theme. So we're going to have to go with that for the purposes of this list. Anyways, castle is just one of those themes with such an amazing legacy. I mean, it's one of the oldest LEGO themes of all time, having been created in 1978 alongside Town and Space, which are also two classic themes, and it's just left behind such an amazing, everlasting legacy. I mean, they've kept producing these castle sets up until about 10 years ago in 2013 when they made the last sub-theme, which is a shame because I never had really the time to get into castle. I have only lived through the last Kingdoms wave and the last Castle wave from 2013, so it's really a shame that I wasn't able to get invested into Castle that much, but looking back, there were truly some fantastic sets out there, and I wish for a Castle remake. Now, hopefully there's one in the works. I'm not exactly counting on it, but given the 90th anniversary vote and the recent addition of the medieval blacksmith set through the LEGO Ideas theme, I think it could be a possible contender if LEGO wants to make a new theme. Just please, no more augmented reality themes in the future. Number 7 on the list is Creator Expert. Creator Expert is truly a LEGO lover's dream. You take a basic concept and then you spruce it up with some more detail, more pieces, higher price point, and boom, you end up with pretty much the perfect LEGO set. It's been demonstrated in its lines such as the modular building sub-theme, as well as the Winter Village sub-theme. Creator Expert knows no bounds in terms of creativity and detail, and I think it is truly unbeaten. If any theme has really reached that boundary of detail, apart from Creator Expert, I think the closest we've ever gotten to that were the Middle Earth sets and some of the more recent Harry Potter sets, but even then, those are less than half the detail that goes into a Creator Expert set. They are absolutely fantastic, and they are time consuming to build slash design slash everything, but they are truly worth it in the end. Creator Expert has produced some of the greatest LEGO sets of all time. No contest. It is simply amazing and will continue to be amazing for years to come. Number 6 on my list of the top 10 LEGO themes of all time is the Lord of the Rings. Now, it was either between this or The Hobbit for the Middle-earth themes. I could have lumped them all into one entry. However, the two are kind of different, different stories and all. So I decided to keep them separate for this specific entry. Now, Lord of the Rings is, well, another theme that I didn't have the chance to get much into. I only got a couple of things from that, but unfortunately, the theme was created over a decade, well, nearly a decade ago, so yeah, unfortunately, I had my eyes set on another theme in this list that I will mention further on, so I didn't have my chance to get that, but just looking back and just after doing the research for this video and just, seeing all the sets that they produced for that theme, it is absolutely fantastic. The amount of detail, as I said before, almost equals Creator Expert in terms of detail and all that. But I don't know. It's such a wonderful theme, and I like the story of the Lord of the Rings and of the Hobbit as well. But again, different theme. So it is definitely a franchise that I like, and I also love Lego. So the two things go hand in hand to me, and what they put out was one of the greatest, well, actually some of the greatest lines of Lego ever produced, in my opinion. That's why it lands at number 6 on my list. At number 5, we have Lego City. Lego City is definitely a theme which, to me, one of the defining features of is just its versatility. And during my research, that definitely proved itself. You can definitely see all the different kinds of sets and sub-themes that Lego tried to go for with City, and it's really a theme that you could do so many things with. I'd say really my only complaint about it would really be the lack of many city building sets in and of itself. But looking at some of the more recent waves, it seems that Lego might be producing more and more of those, which will be a good thing, at least for me, and not necessarily for my wallet. But yeah, I am super excited to get more city content soon. And unlike other entries on this set, this is on this list. I mean, this is one I have actually many sets from. The only thing is, I used to get like all the police sets and none of like the sets like City Corner and stuff. So yeah, I mean, to just name a couple of examples of some amazing sets of the theme, there's a public service transport set, which I also used to see back when it was still in stores. There's also the Town Square set from 2013, 2015. Those are some fantastic sets as well, and even better, the City Corner set from 2009, which is, in my opinion, the best city set of all time. In short, I think that Lego City is objectively like one of the best and I'd say most representative themes from Lego, in the sense that it truly does embody what Lego should be all about, which is just fun and, I don't know, building your little world for your figures to live in. So yeah, that's why I think it's so great. And at number 4, we have Lego Indiana Jones. this might be a bit of an unusual entry to some, at least this high on the list, given the amount of cool, or according to some, cooler themes that I've put on this list prior. But to be honest, Indiana Jones is just something that, in my opinion, cannot be beat. It's one of the best licensed themes of all time and one of the best themes of all time, despite its very short run. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the most detailed theme out there, but it definitely has an amount of detail and attention put to it that you wouldn't usually see with licensed sets, at least not long lasting licensed sets such as Star Wars, even though Star Wars does have its fair share of detail. Um, but yeah, I think that Indiana Jones is just one of the best themes of all time, and they have some absolutely fantastic sets as well. Like for example, the uh, Raiders of the Lost Ark set with the big boulder, like that's an instant classic for sure. No doubt in my mind that is like a modern classic of Lego sets. There's also the Temple of Doom, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull sets, which are both absolutely fantastic. But even the smaller sets, the mid-range sets, they're all good in their own way. I don't think there's a single bad Indiana Jones set, which is why it's my top four theme of all time. Coming in at number three is Lego Harry Potter. This theme does hold a bit of a special place in my heart, as I am a huge fan of the Harry Potter franchise in and of itself, and again, given that I am a Lego fan as well, this is a perfect theme for me. My first taste of Harry Potter was right around the time that I became a Lego fan, so around 2011, a decade ago. Who knew? When I first saw the 2010-2011 sets in shelves, and I instantly fell in love with them. They were more detailed than most sets that were out by that time, and they had quite a bit of attention put to them. And I just think that the aesthetic of those sets was just so cool, and I still have fond memories of wanting and desperately wanting to get the Hagrid's Hut sets and the big Hogwarts Castle set, which to date remains my favorite Harry Potter set of all time, probably for that reason. So nostalgia is definitely a big factor in that, and I only ended up getting one of the old 2010-2011 Harry Potter sets, that being the Trolley Polybag. But in 2018, when Harry Potter made a resurgence, I couldn't be any happier. After like 7 years of not getting any Harry Potter sets, we're finally getting something again for that theme, and I was just ecstatic. And I got a lot of the new sets, including the Great Hall, which is definitely one of my favorite sets in my collection, just because of how impressive it is. So, because of all those reasons, Harry Potter will definitely have a special place in my heart, and it's my third favorite theme of all time. At number two on the list is Lego Ninjago. Lego Ninjago is one of those themes that, from the beginning, I've always been into. I think the first time that I actually got a Lego Ninjago set was back in 2012, the Venomary Shrine set, which is a small, like, $10-15 set. And it had a basic feature, and it's just you put some snakes onto some things and it just catapults them. But that just started an entire obsession with those. I just remember, though, that was hella fun to play with, and then soon enough I started to get more and more Ninjago sets, and Ninjago is just one of those themes which is everlasting to me. I mean, it's not that I like all of the sets that come out, but I don't know. It's a theme that I've consistently liked and gotten sets from. It's one of the few themes that's ever happened to me for. I mean, recently I just got the Keeper's Village sets and opened it and built it on stream, and it was such a wonderful experience. I'd forgotten how cool Lego Ninjago was until I'd gotten that set and a couple of other sets that I got from Ninjago, but whatever. Uh, so yeah, Lego Ninjago is just one, if not the best original action theme from Lego ever made, and I hope that it continues for at least a good 5 years because I just seemingly cannot get enough of Lego Ninjago and all the great sets it keeps putting out. I mean, it's been with me since I was a little 5-year-old kid, so it definitely is a theme that means a lot to me now. And at number one on my top 10 favorite themes list is Star Wars. Star Wars is one of, if not the biggest classic of the Lego world, if you will. It's something that ever since the beginning has been hyped and hyped and hyped, and I think that most of the time, at least for on its 22-year run as of August 2021, has consistently delivered. I mean, I remember when the old Clone Wars sets were in stores. I mean, that for me was probably the best era of Lego Star Wars ever. Many of my favorite sets are Star Wars or related, of course. Uh, and I just think that, and right now with the latest waves, I think that it truly is going back to its old ways when you'd get like when you had like a lot of Star Wars content coming out and a lot of hype and a lot of great and well received sets. I mean, just look at the Bad Batch shuttle. The love for the Bad Batch show in and of itself is, well, it has the community a bit torn apart, but like the Bad Batch set, the Bad Batch shuttle is just such a wonderful set, and I wish we'd get more of those. And with the truckload of new content that we're gonna get on Disney Plus coming from Star Wars, like the Boba Fett series, the Kenobi series, more Mandalorian. I mean, I think we can expect a new golden age, possibly the best years for Lego Star Wars ever. If this wave is in any of the past waves or any indication of how Lego is improving, I think that Lego Star Wars is here to stay, and I will defend it until the day I die. That is how much I love this theme, and I love everything it has brought me over the years. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and leave a comment down below stating what your favorite Lego theme of all time was, and if you disagree or agree with any of my picks. Anyways, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.